The economy is booming.
Yeah.
Inflation is down. The stock market is doing well. People are having an easier time putting bread on the table, etc.
The gift that just keeps on giving. Before I dive deep into this whole nonsense right here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys could please share so we can get the conversation out there. Here we go with Joy Behar of this amazing and just such educational show, The View. See all the knowledge that they spread far and wide to us adults and little boys and girls all over the world. These women, this is just ridiculous. You see, now mind you, this woman is already worth millions of dollars, right? Has $1 million homes, has security, all this stuff. When's the last time she's went grocery shopping for herself whatsoever? When's the last time she's pumped her own gas whatsoever? She's going to go out there and say the economy is booming, the stock market. I don't see what people can complain about. It's so much easier to buy a loaf of bread. Inflation is down. There was no inflation until he stepped in. It was virtually null, non-existent until he stepped in. Why don't you talk about the 40-year high inflation? There shouldn't have to be inflation from the jump. She doesn't relate to any regular day person, just like myself, you and I, people watching this all the way around. She doesn't relate to anybody. So once again, just like I was telling you guys about the polls and they come out, Nancy Pelosi, it's just a messaging issue why people don't understand why he's doing so great.
Why Americans don't seem to be giving him the credit. A Quinnipiac poll this week found nearly 6 in 10 Americans still disapprove of his handling of the economy. Why is that, and what does he have to do to turn that around?
Well, a lot of it's about messaging, of course.
It's not a messaging issue whatsoever. It's people that have vision, people that have eyes. Even Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, these people can see what's really going on. When you go to the grocery store and you see how expensive your total is for the same amount of crap that we buy, you get to see that it's double. Look at the prices for all this stuff, and it shows no signs of receding. Even with the gas prices, and they know all this stuff, but she cannot relate whatsoever. So then she goes on even further. Listen to this nonsense.
Easier time putting bread on the table, etc. He doesn't seem to be getting the credit for that. Only 41% approval. Is it because they think he's old? Because I don't see anything else they can point to with him particularly.
Well, it's a question for Democrats.
Well, no, it's a question for you, really, because you said you would not vote
she's not
for Biden.
voting. No, I'm not.
No, but you said you would not vote
We're talking about my
for
vote,
Biden.
one vote.
Every
I'm
vote
not,
counts, and your vote counts, and I'm going to tell
But
you
why-
again, but I know you don't want to hear it.
Why
Writing
do
in a candidate
why
that
is
you
Wait,
your
one of you at a
candidate-
time, please.
Why is your candidate not doing better with Democrats? That's who he needs to win.
but again-
and moderate
Because they
swing
think he's
voters.
old, that's why.
And you see right there, she's going to throw age into it. Like, they're not going to touch on anything. And let me rewind slightly to what she was saying when she was talking about it's easier to buy bread and all this nonsense. You see, none of the audience was clapping. Nobody was feeling it, because some of them are everyday people. You know, they have the applause sign. They just sit up there and clap like good seals when they watch the show and all that other stuff. No, nobody's applauding because these people understand what's really going on. Then she's going to say they can't get him on anything else except for his age, and trying to ask the other girl, Alyssa Farrah Griffin, I believe is her name, trying to ask her, oh, well, it's you. You said you wouldn't vote. Why would you vote? What is there to sell? Honestly, at the end of the day, hey, you see what I did in these first 4 years? You see what gas is? You see at the grocery store? You see interest rates, mortgage rates? You see how more expensive it is for a vehicle? All this other stuff, energy, all this stuff. If you give me another 4 years, I'm going to get it back to where it should be.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
What is the selling point at the end of the day? Really? And see, this show would garner so much more respect if they would just keep it real. Just keep it real. Hey, man, things aren't looking too great. He needs to do better on this or on this, but he's above reproach. They cannot criticize. That's why people see that it's not authentic. They're not telling it like it is. If there was Trump in there and everything was like this, I would say the same thing. Or Bush or Clinton or whoever you want to name. Put anybody in there. Ryan Reynolds, whoever you want to put as president. If you are objective mindset, you can look at it and say things aren't where they should be whatsoever. Everybody just wants the best for the country, period. it. But if it was operated on the other side and you saw all this stuff, you need to call a spade a spade. It's simple as that. But they have no objectivity whatsoever. It's negative 55 on a scale with these people. And that's why nobody can relate to it. But she'll sit up there and say, man, they can't get him on this and this, so now it's his age. Yeah, people have a problem with the age, but it's not just because he's the age. What is he doing with that age? Because like I told you, there's a lot of people in their 80s that could probably outrun me easily. They're not going to outfight me. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not getting mangled by Joe Biden. I'm not letting that happen. If he beats me in a race, then so be it. But I'm not letting him beat me in a race either. But what I'm trying to say is people even in their 80s are great. They're sharp. They're on top of everything. In their 90s. This person here is not aging gracefully.
Over $1.2 trillion.
So that's why age is coming into it. Because if everything was great and he was 180 years old, like he said numerous times, I wouldn't say anything. But that's not the case. But once again, here we have is a multi-millionaire trying to tell you, man, things are great. You can buy a loaf of bread easier, when that's not the case. And that's why the audience isn't applauding, because it's nonsense. And she knows it's nonsense, but she knows nothing but to regurgitate the same topics. Why? Because Trump is on the other side. Trump is evil. We can't let him get in, or all this stuff's going to happen. Mind you, it didn't take place when he was in, but mind you, they're going to keep on saying that. But at the end of the day, they have no objectivity, and that's why it lands on deaf ears. This is just complete nonsense, but you know what? They know it is, and they still repeat it. What does that tell you?
It's all part of the plan.
So tell me if I'm wrong. Is the economy really jumping? Is things really popping like that? Are the gas pumps just leaving with people full of smiles like, man, that $20 is really getting me far? Is any of that stuff taking place? Do you see anybody checking out from the grocery store with a smile like, man, I can't believe eggs are cheap, bacon's cheap, man, flour they should have just gave it to me. It was so low priced. Is it just in Joy's world where everything is so beautiful and just so euphoric right now? Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you guys could please share so we can get that conversation just going out there and spreading to everyone. And I will catch you guys on the next one.